From Provo, Utah, this is the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast with your hosts, Joseph DeGolier and Caleb Schweiss. This is Ultima Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, welcome to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. I am Joe.
I am Caleb.
And today, Schweiss, we're going to be addressing something that was asked of us a long time ago. Something that we said we would deal with in a specific way.
Yes.
And then something we failed to deal with in that way. But we're going to deal with today, a couple weeks away from the Academy Awards, or it's like a week and a half, right?
I don't know.
A week and a half away from the Academy Awards, we are going to do our Final Fantasy Academy Award nominations, and me and you are going to duke out which ones belong in the categories. We're going to decide what those categories are, and then of course in the week between, the listeners will vote on it, and we'll have a
week between.
We'll have our winners.
Yeah.
Later on in another episode. But before we get to that, we got to do some plugs. YouTube.com/Ultima Final Fantasy, Facebook.com/Ultima Final Fantasy, Twitch.tv/Ultima Final Fantasy.
Streaming now.
Streaming right now. You can also go to ultimafinalfantasy.com, which is our website. Join the forums there, and there's some ways to support the show as well. If you like us so much that you can help support the show, there is a PayPal link, an Amazon link that you can click through, and whatever you get will give us a small kickback, and then a Patreon link as well. So. What else? You can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And, once again, guys, thanks for whoever's supporting us on Patreon now. And Dave is trying real hard to get that fucking song out.
Is
he? Yes.
I mean, does he have any sort of an idea on what he wants to do? I mean, this is a project that's kind of tougher sounding than all the other ones. I mean, I'm not a musician.
Well, Dave is, really with the Grammy nomination and everything, Dave is a little busy.
Yeah.
Dave's just really, really busy. But that doesn't mean that Dave won't do it. Dave will do it. Dave always comes through. Melodies of Life was put off for like 9 months, so let's not forget that.
That's very true. I mean,
but it did come out, and it was amazing, right?
It's true, yeah. It's a great song. Great cover. Wonderful cover.
Tremendous.
Yeah. Tremendous. It's a good job. So hopefully Dave gets that shit taken care of soon.
Yes.
But who knows? He's an artist. He works in his own time, right?
Right. Yeah, especially, he's got like a wine business or a beer business now.
Yeah, he's got his own wine.
And it's like,
he had me taste it.
Weren't you in recovery? Like,
it's a good wine. He sent me, of course, my own vintage.
I'm just afraid he might go down might get off the wagon or whatever. What is the term?
Become, I don't know,
an alcoholic again. An alcoholic.
I mean,
off the wagon.
He makes great music when he
might fall off the wagon. That's true.
Under the influence. I mean, let's not forget here. He's. I'm
just concerned, man.
He's good when he's we know the guy.
Also, apparently, he was passed up for the Prince role in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
what the hell?
I was very, as. Yeah, I was very disappointed when I saw that trailer with Emma Stone and whoever this nobody is.
Emma Stone
is playing
Emma Watson.
No, Emma Watson. Sorry, we were just barely talking about.
We were just talking about it.
Off of the show, and I wasn't, but not this time. And I was very disappointed when I was in that theater and I saw non-Dave Mustaine playing the Beast. I'm like, how am I to take this seriously as a viewer when I know it's Dave Mustaine in the old version, the original, and it's not Dave Mustaine now. It's a young man.
Okay, how long ago have we talked about this on UFF?
It was forever.
Okay, for anybody who has no idea what the fuck we're talking about, first off, get yourself an education. I know about 26% of our listeners found out who Megadeth was through this show, which was eye-opening. Go look up Dave Mustaine, just from his heyday in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And then watch Beauty and the Beast in the final scene when the Beast turns back into a human and like does the turnaround dramatic pose thing.
Yeah, dude.
That's a drawing of Dave Mustaine.
Hello, me.
Yeah, I was ready for him to say that.
Meet the real Beast. Yeah, seriously. And, dude, when you told me that, I watched that like 2 weeks after that, and I almost died laughing when he turned around. I was like, oh my God. It was crazy. So, boycott the new Beauty and the Beast movie with us, because this is just
the Prince is just wrong.
It
should be Dave Mustaine.
It's an easy fix. The guy will take a movie role. I know he will. I talked to him about it. He was ready. He was waiting by his phone for that call, and it never came. This man was very let down. So, yeah.
Oh man, Schweiss. Where are you in Final Fantasy 13-2?
I have played about 5 hours or so of Final Fantasy 13-2.
Congratulations.
I am on, like the third area, fourth area maybe? I'm not sure. Combat's pretty fun, as we expected it would be. It's very 13-esque. It's kind of weird, though, because do you remember that little monster teammate thing you got in 10-2? Do you remember messing around with that? Yeah, I tried to mess with it, and I didn't really figure out exactly what it was asking me to do, so I was like, yeah, screw this. 13-2, that is one of your party members. You choose like a beast. You have Noel, and you have Sarah, and then you have some monster that you just like recruit. And you can set up your paradigms to reflect which monster you want in at what particular time. There's like healing monsters, there's attack monsters. You level them up. They have their own Crystarium thing. It's crazy. It's very different, and I don't know. So far, it's been fun.
It's been fun so far. Yeah. I mean, you're about to ask me. I have not touched the game. So
wow. Yeah.
Well, how does it stack? And I mean, is it a better battle system than 13's like we've been told, or what? Or is it too early to tell?
It's still pretty early. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's got the same kind of a feel. I mean, like, it's tough. There's a lot of fights that I get like 3 stars, and then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to mess around with this and this and this, play around with the different paradigms, create a good mix up, because on some of the boss fights I'm getting like 2 stars. Like I'm just doing garbage on the boss fights, and I'm like, wow, this is taking me forever. In the beginning I was kind of just leveling up one thing from each of the main characters, and I didn't have any synergist or saboteur for the first little bit, and now I have one from, like, I think Sarah's my synergist.
Like, can't you just remember how to do this? Oh, it's Sarah and Noel, isn't it?
That's yeah. Okay,
it's
all right.
2 different people. They haven't figured it.
And there's some time paradox going on. So Caleb Craig would shit a brick and build a house of those bricks if he had to play this game. But you are a little more understanding.
His house is about that disgusting anyway. No matter
it's
where
true.
it is.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He would lose it, and I don't know. It's like, yeah, you know. Fuck it, whatever is what I said when they started messing with that stuff. I'm like, you know what? 13 to me is, it's good. But it's like when they fuck with 13, I'm like, just go for it. Yeah, I don't even mind. So it's been interesting. I don't know how it stacks up quite yet. It's still too early to tell. There's a lot of stuff that there is to do in that game though, and it's going to be like a 40 to 60 hour platinum is what I've heard. So not too bad considering 13 was 110 hours.
Okay.
And 10 was 150-ish hours. So I'm looking forward to exploring it all. It's been good.
Well, I only had time to play one video game for about an hour and a half this week, and that was Last Guardian. So yeah, not great. I am in a better situation as far as video games are concerned. And it will be played, but I just haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, with you crashing here for a little while, are you going to be doing any sort of streaming?
I might as well.
Yeah.
Since everything's set up here.
Yeah, might as well.
And the internet's probably good enough. I could just do it over the PS4. And I can probably steal someone's headphones.
I I don't know how you're going to do that with PS.
Oh, on the PS3? Oh.
I can show you how to set it up. But
we need to get that HDMI splitter pronto.
Yeah, we do. That'll make streaming way easier.
Oh, yeah. We should have gotten it months ago.
We should have. Plus, I mean, we can do the Twitch alerts attachment to the stream if we pull everything from the PS4. So that way, when we get like a new follower or whatever, we can get the little animation to pop up.
And you get the full screen.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, I don't like fucking
Hopefully there's not too much
screen.
of a delay by it going through two mediums. I think that would be my concern.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah, so, you know.
We'll find out.
We'll figure it out, yeah. That'll be cool, though, to see some streams on at work.
Oh, man. All right, Schweiss. Well, we do have Shinru gave us some news this week, and some people have given us news on Twitter and stuff like that. So let's get to that there news.
Jesus, if I live.
So a couple pieces of news that have come out of like a gigantic interview with I think it was with Hajime Tabata, yeah.
Yep.
And one of those things is that 70% of Final Fantasy 15's team is still on Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, okay.
So they're still working on future updates for Final Fantasy 15, as we talked about like a million times. Also, like Square Enix is apparently using Final Fantasy 15's stuff. I guess they're using it to do graphic, like testing with graphics on. I don't even know what that means. Like they're just testing visuals on FF15 and a lot of stuff looks really great. So I don't know if that means for future Square Enix games they're going to be using the Luminous engine still. And they're just seeing how things will work in FF15.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I mean,
gigantic work in progress still. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And they put a lot of money into these engines. We remember the same thing with the Crystal Tools.
Yeah,
they built an entire engine to make these games, and it's probably them just trying to get their money out of it. Their money's worth.
My question to Square is why? Why are you putting so much resources into building a whole new engine, but you're willing up for the Final Fantasy games, but you're willing to put Kingdom Hearts using the Unreal Engine, which like I don't know what 50% of games use.
Yeah, it's a lot,
and it seems to work just fine. And
well, I don't know. I think Square Enix just needs to acknowledge that sometimes other people do things better, and you need to do what you do. What you're best at, and that's it. What someone else is
saying
best
they
at.
shouldn't make a shooter.
Yes, I'm saying don't fucking ever come out with Dirge of Cerberus 2, or I'm done.
Oh, you're not done.
I will boycott it. I won't play it. I won't. If they do DOC 2, I will.
Wrong.
I will fucking die. I will tear this thing down. I will tear this podcast apart. I'm kidding. I'd still play it.
70% of the staff. That's what Hajime Tabata said.
Yeah, they're working on the last 60% of Final Fantasy 15.
Oh.
We don't want to talk about 15 spoilers, though, because I did say it'd be a safe place.
Yeah, there is no ending. That's spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
There's no ending. It just stopped.
Yeah, and so,
Everybody has gotten the same freeze frame ending. It's just that's where they stopped. They stopped making the game.
Yeah, they had a place for you to put in your credit card so you can order the rest of the ending. Along with some cup noodle.
Oh.
Yeah. Free cup noodle. Right?
Oh, boy. Oh man,
we did get a speaking of Final Fantasy 15 though, we did get a first look at Final Fantasy 15's avatar creation system. As you guys remember, like last week, maybe the week before, I can't remember, we talked about how you're going to be able to create your own character in Final Fantasy 15, and now we're finally getting to
just make the next game, guys.
Get a little, yeah, please God,
just fix whatever little problems 15 has, and then move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I totally agree, and it's weird to keep working on a game that's not an MMO. Honestly, like it's kind of bizarre. I don't get it. Like the game's out. The game is what it is. I know they have updates that they're working on. I know they have the DLC stuff, which I'm fine with because I bought the season pass. I obviously am fine getting content from said season pass, but beyond that, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, this is why the 7 remake, I'm excited for it. I hope it'll be a great game. I think it'll be a lot of fun regardless.
It'll be tremendous.
It'll be great to explore all of those wonderful lands, great lands in Final Fantasy VII. But I still would rather see a trailer or some stuff for Final Fantasy 16, an announcement or something. I like to move forward. I don't like to just sit on things that have been in the past. I like to see what the series can become, rather than just demanding all these remakes and rehashes and whatnot. I mean, putting it on bringing 12 to PS4 is something that needs to happen. Like, I don't think anyone
it's like a
disagrees with
remaster,
that.
though. It's not a full-on...
Right, and it's the international version, so it's fun to actually get something new while you're getting it. Plus, 12 is like the hardest fucking game to get a hold of. It's only on PS2, man. That's it. 9 at least is on the fucking PSN. Like,
True,
you can
it is
get
on the
9.
PlayStation Network, yeah.
And then they finally released it on Steam last year, I guess now.
Why isn't 12 on Steam?
I don't fucking know.
Is it because they probably would have put it on Steam had it not been that they decided to remake it?
Probably, yeah. I bet you it'll come out on Steam at some point too. I don't see why not, honestly.
Remaster it.
Yeah,
gotta be choice words.
Yeah, remaster, not remake. It's just a lot of money into something that, yeah, it'll sell. Like, it's a cash cow, right? 7 will make them a ton of money, but
yeah, on the first day.
Yeah, on the first day. But I don't know. It's beyond that. It's kind of frustrating.
Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, so at the 68th annual Sapporo Snow Festival in Japan, they made like a gigantic snow statue of Cloud and Sephiroth, across from each other, like fighting. Like, it's huge, guys. This is like a colossal sort of figures here.
Yeah. And I
they're
guess
made out of snow, and they put like light displays on them. It's pretty cool, and it's been like moved around the internet quite a bit. If you haven't seen it, go look it up.
Cloud's head is tiny, and I guess they had to make the head smaller because it wouldn't support the weight of the head if they would have made it actual sized. So
that's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
No plans, by the way. This is also coming out from that interview. No plans for a Nintendo Switch Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, you mean the Switch can't handle Final Fantasy 15? Yeah, obviously. Come on.
And then, let's see. Our biggest piece of news, not too much news this week, but there was a shit ton last time we had
there was a lot, dude.
So this is refreshing. Final Fantasy 15. We were concerned about whether or not it would make money because they were probably spending so much money on it.
Right.
It has, on the first day, it has been reported that it broke even with its development costs.
Okay, so it's development costs.
Yeah, someone did put a comment that said it's development costs, not necessarily its full cost overall.
Right.
Which is an important distinction, but that's still pretty good. For the first day, they covered all that stuff.
Yeah, that is a good point. But the advertising, the collaborations, the movie, the anime, none of that really counts as development cost for Final Fantasy 15. That's all advertising.
Well,
that's all
we
PR.
don't know what counts as what because they don't give us their books.
That's true, but I don't think they would count that under that. I think that's advertising costs.
With movies, I have no idea if it's the same with games. Certainly, the breakdown of Grand Theft Auto, so maybe that might be helpful. But with movies, it's generally, although not a rule, there's the cost that they say the movie cost, but that does not include advertising or any other sort of cost having to do with the movie.
Right.
In fact, it's usually however much the movie costs is however much they spend in advertising, as a rule. Once again, it's all over the place sometimes. So if they said this movie cost us $30 million to make, they would have probably had a negative pickup deal or a distribution only deal with the studio, or the studio itself taking the advertising costs temporarily until the movie made it back. And so the movie's really actually in the hole about $60 million instead of like the $30 million movie.
Okay.
So a $30 million movie is really a $60 million movie when all is said and done. But if the movie breaks even in theaters, and I have no idea how the the structure is for video games, if the movie breaks even in theaters, then it will, within 2 years, make back all the money based upon how ancillary rights and everything is calculated. So in general, if the movie breaks even, it will make its money after 2 years. With games, I don't know how much more they spend in advertising in comparison to a movie. And also games, if you sell 6 million games, I mean, these are $60 a pop.
Right, yeah.
Right at the beginning. So I almost feel like it's probably even more profitable. And like, if you got a big game like Final Fantasy 15 is,
right,
I don't think they have anything to worry about.
I would say no, even with it just breaking even on development costs. Now, I wouldn't read too far into that, and I do definitely think that doesn't mean they broke even overall. I think that would be foolish to assume
they have
that.
by now 6 million copies.
They may have, but I don't think day one they paid for everything that they've ever thrown out. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5, its budget was rumored around $265 million, and $150 million of that was marketing.
So they spent less in marketing than they would of a movie.
$150 million is less?
If the game cost 175 or what was
110 is, or 115 is what that would be. 115 for the game and 150 for the marketing.
Oh, so they spent more for the marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But Grand Theft Auto 5...
Oh, it made its money back.
Oh, it made its money back immediately, but I think it was the highest selling thing ever when it came out day one. It was fucking sick.
Yeah.
15 though, like I said, I mean, I don't think there's anything to worry about as far as
Square's financials.
Yeah, they'll be good, but I think this is kind of inflated.
I mean, if it was a problem, there'd be like, we're shutting down this team.
Yeah, there would be repercussions for it.
Yeah, like now there would be repercussions for it now.
Yeah,
obviously they have enough money that okay, we're going to work on this thing until the fans are happy with it.
Right. So I don't know. It's. I don't think they've probably broken even with everything now, like you said, but I don't think day one they did. So, you know, don't be fooled by the broke even with development costs, because that doesn't include everything. Or else they probably would have just said broke even. I don't think they would have put the development cost stipulation on the post on the article or the announcement if that were the case. But still awesome. Good job, Square. Yeah. Super glad everything's working out well.
Yeah, I just wonder what Final Fantasy 15 is going to look like in a year or two from now.
Yeah, I have an idea what it's going to look like.
Will it be totally worth it to go back again? Maybe not for the show, but just as a social experiment.
Well, the nice thing is we have this fancy New Game Plus thing, and you can beat the game in like 9 hours.
True.
And that's if you get really caught up on deciding on what photo you bring in.
Bring in where, Schweiss?
Bring in what photographs you decide to take, because you can take photos now. You can select at the moment to take a photograph, as we discussed last week.
Yep. All
these new changes of the game. It's not even going to be the same game. People are going to listen to our review and be like, what? The X button was select and jump? Oh,
10 years later.
I can't imagine.
A man finds a podcast.
Yeah. This show is fucking awful. Everything is wrong. Everything in this review is wrong.
No, here's the the tweet we're going to get in a year from now. So I just listened to your Final Fantasy 15 review, and I want you guys to know that you're wrong about this, this, and this, because they fixed it with the updates.
Be like, yeah.
Didn't you hear us at the fucking beginning when we said we don't give a shit? We're just going to review the game we got?
Yeah, do you remember how it was backdated to
I will
January?
bet you $100 that will happen.
Remember how it was dated January 2017 and it's 2019 now? Yeah, fuck yourself. That'll be the tweet.
Oh, my God.
Savage Twitter war.
And then, oh, my God. Okay. Fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
I love Twitter.
It's a great place. Wonderful place.
It's great. Tremendous. Fantastic.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful people.
All right, Schweiss. Well, let's argue back and forth about this Academy Awards esque.
Yes.
We still don't have like a really good title for it, I guess. Final Fantasy Academy Awards.
All right.
Okay, Schweiss, I have here the original post on our forums from Batman 2J.
Whoa, excuse me. It's Batman
2J. I don't know where the 2J came in. Like, what does it mean?
I don't know.
It starts throwing me off because on the old forums it was just Batman.
It's true. Maybe
Like
he's
second generation, but generation spelled wrong.
maybe he's died and is reborn again, like the Phoenix. It was he killed himself shaving his. Yeah.
So this was Batman's original post.
Okay,
and,
go for it.
I thought it would be fun to create the FF Academy Awards where the forum users could pick winners for categories that correspond to actual Academy Award categories. The forum members' selections could act as nominations, and Joe can pick the winners from the nominees. This will only be successful if forum members participate. Otherwise, Joe and Caleb will have to select their own winners. The winners can be chosen from both mainline and spin-off FF games. I'm sure this will create some fun discussion. The categories are, and then he lists some categories, but I'm going to go ahead and make some changes. So, thank you, Batman 2J. This is how we're going to do it because we know our forum users and they're totally not going to put a whole bunch of nominees. If you ever ask them more than like one thing, they're not going to do it. If you ask like, hey, could you list the top 10 blah, blah, blah? They don't. Nope, too much. Too much for a quick forum post. So,
Yeah.
this is me and Schweiss are going to argue out nominees, keeping in mind what other people think, and also the categories. So, let's start at the bottom. So I have the Academy Awards for this year, all the nominees and the categories, and we're going to try to find maybe like a way that they can correspond to categories that we can put in actual Final Fantasy terms. Okay, so the bottom categories on this list doesn't mean the least important. It's just the bottom ones, and then we go work our way up to Best Picture. We got writing for original and adapted screenplay. So I would say I think you could still do a writing category. Just which game do you think has the best?
I think adapted screenplay could work if we do sequels or like prequels. So we could do adapted screen. Oh no, that doesn't really mean that.
Adapted screenplay.
So like Final Fantasy IV After Years, they adapted the script for it from Final Fantasy IV.
So the best writing
in a sequel or prequel game.
A sequel or prequel game. Okay.
That's how we could replace that.
So the best... it's still is it a screenplay? What do they call a video game? Script. Yeah, video game script.
I think it's just script, yeah.
So best sequel script.
Yeah.
And then they have up to 5 nominees. So best sequel script for a Final Fantasy. I think people would want us to nominate Crisis Core.
Oh yeah, Crisis Core. I would say, unfortunately, Dirge of Cerberus would probably be in there as well.
You think so?
Or maybe...
I mean, look at all these sequels that we have to play.
Do we want to put games and movies? Like, should we put Advent Children in here? Should that exist in this?
Yeah, we should probably put Advent Children.
Okay, I would say Crisis Core and Advent Children. I think Dirge can be left out.
I don't think anybody would say Dirge had the best writing in any sequel.
I feel like I would laugh until I died if someone actually told me that.
So yeah, okay, all right. So the best writing in a sequel script, or the best sequel script.
So we're in agreement on Crisis Core and Advent Children.
I would say or spin-offs from like one of the main games. Final Fantasy Tactics. I assume people would want us to nominate for best. Of course, it wasn't an Ivalice. Like, it started the Ivalice games, right?
Yeah, it did. So I don't know if it counts. So
that's not really. Yeah, I don't think that counts as a spin-off.
It's a spin-off game from the series, but it's not a spin-off from a particular game.
Yeah, so I don't think that would count for this category.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Let's see, what else you got? You got Kingslave, I guess.
Kingslave, yeah. Final Fantasy 10
Final Fantasy 13 2.
Yeah, 13 2.
I don't think anybody would nominate Lightning Returns.
I don't think so.
Okay.
13-2 might make the cut, though. A lot of people think 13-2 improves on 13.
All right, I'm going to put Final Fantasy 13-2 as one of the nominees.
All right.
For best sequel script.
They might want 10-2, but let's not be hasty.
Well, I'm trying to nominate based upon what other people would want.
I think they would want 10-2 then.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 10-2?
I think so. I mean, it hurts me, but it's not about me.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, once we get to categories that we know more about, it'll be a little bit more about me and you.
So now we have to nominate the fifth one. I mean,
it's got to be between Kingslave, Final Fantasy IV: The After Years,
Final Fantasy 14, Heaven's Word, perhaps even.
I would count that as an expansion. I wouldn't count that as a sequel.
Okay.
I mean, we put it in our playthroughs to put them in there, but they're really part of the same thing.
You know what? It might just be... Oh, shit, you're right. Kingslave is definitely one.
Kingslave versus... Okay, which is more positively reviewed in general? Kingslave or For the After Years?
Dude, I think it's totally For the After Years.
I think it is For the After Years.
It's got a good rating. It was fun. I think we got to put...
Some people hate it, but yeah.
We already totally put in a movie, so if they just want to... Okay, look. Advent Children is really just Advent Children and Kingslave in spirit.
Oh, no,
how about that?
No.
All right.
It's definitely Advent Children.
All right, so the
Which nominees, I would argue, in my opinion, still a way better movie than Kingslave. And it's not even that good of a movie.
Yeah, I still disagree, but my Advent Children rage builds by the day. So the 5 nominees we have for Best Sequel Script are Crisis Core, Advent Children, Final Fantasy 13-2, Final Fantasy X-2, and Final Fantasy IV: The After Years.
Man, those glasses are really working for you, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Because I remember shit, you couldn't read this far away.
I can't read the screen this fucking far away, and actually the screen's about as far away as your notebook, but still.
I do write bigger than the screen.
What's crazy is getting used to them in the very beginning was a pain, because I felt sick when I was driving home after I got them. I was like, oh. Everything's crisp, but my stomach.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
All right, man. This is Best Original Script.
Oh, shit. This is tough because we played... some of the games we played are bastardized versions of those games, like the Final Fantasy VI and the Final Fantasy IV that I played. Not good as far as the script goes. And even FF5...
Your assumption that the writing in the Japanese version is somewhat superior, because it usually is.
Yeah.
On translations, some things are just lost.
All right.
I would argue the games that have been generally seen as the games with the best stories.
Okay, so we have to put 6, 7, and 10 on there.
I believe 6, 7, and 10 should go on there, yes.
I think they're instant write-ins. All right, so we got Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, and Final Fantasy 10.
And I would probably say a lot. I think people would kill us if we didn't put Tactics on here.
They would.
Yeah.
They would also probably kill us if we didn't put FF9 on there. But I don't know.
But over FF4? I think the writing is better in FF9 than in FF4.
I think so too.
Personally.
Shit. The writing...
Crisis Core. Oh, Crisis Core is already nominated for
the writing in 12 though is really good too. I mean, like the voice acting is very well done, but it's well done because the writing was on point. 13's writing, I don't think, is on point, and that's probably why the voice acting is kind of awkward. And 10's the voice acting is a little awkward, but I do think the screenplay and the story are great.
Yeah, I think people would kill us if we didn't put Tactics on here, because everybody says Tactics has a great story. I haven't been a witness to it yet.
Okay. Well, now we have to argue. What do you want in 5th place?
For the 5th nominee, I would rather have Final Fantasy IX than Final Fantasy IV.
Okay.
I would also like FF15 somewhere up there as well.
Okay.
But, both 9 and 15 I think have flaws, so I don't know.
See, I like Final Fantasy 12 for this one.
I think the main character problem in the writing with Final Fantasy 12, it's clunky. I don't like it.
But the script, though, I mean, like the actual language that they use in 12.
The language, it includes like story structure and everything. It's all that.
All right,
this is all the writing.
Okay, so best original script really just means the story
best storytelling. So
Okay, then definitely not 12. I think 12 has got a great script, but I don't think the storytelling is really on point.
Yeah.
So 9. I would say Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy 9 over Final Fantasy 4. Because, that's the other one that people would probably vie for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, guys. Final Fantasy 9. All right, so our nominees for Best Original Script are Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, and Final Fantasy Tactics.
And Final Fantasy 10.
And Final Fantasy 10. Whoops. You're right.
Your favorite one. Left out. All right, what's the next category?
Okay, the next category for the Oscars is Best Visual Effects, and they also have 9.
Oh, that's cheap.
They have 5.
Okay.
So visual effects.
Oh, God. This is
is that graphics, you think? Is that... should we say best graphics based on the system it was on almost?
Yes, I would say yes.
Okay, so best graphics.
Best,
And I would argue for the people who are going to nominate or going to vote, it's really about when it came out and how good the graphics were then.
So here's how it's going to be. Final Fantasy 13 has to be on there.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 12, I think, also has to be on there.
Yep, because I think 12 goes... I think 12 and... I think it blows 10 and 11 out of the water.
Oh, yeah. 12 looks fucking amazing on PS2.
I would argue for the originals FF3 and I guess it would be FF6.
FF6 for sure, dude.
Yeah, maybe FF3 isn't really... I mean, it's the best looking one of the old ones, of the NES ones, but there's probably better looking NES games.
Yeah, but when I watched...
I'm okay not nominating any of the first 3.
When I played FF6, though, I was like, God, how did they fucking do this on this system?
FF6 looks way better than FF5. Way better. Way better than
Much
FF4
better.
or FF5. FF6 looks tremendous.
Wonderful. People, come on. FF6.
People are going to get... I'm sorry, man. He's in there for 4 years, assuming he doesn't get booted.
Yeah, we're working on our impersonations here, so you're going to have to deal.
FF6.
Okay.
It's the best.
I totally agree with that, though. 6 looks incredible.
Should we do... Okay, so what are the spin-offs really worthy? Is Crisis Core one of the better looking PSP games?
I think it does look pretty good. I think FF4 After Years, I love the fucking way that game looks, dude. I love it.
Yeah, but that's just that version of it.
That's true, yeah. It's tough to... Because that was like an afterthought.
Yeah, that was a later release of that game, and I don't know what the original looks like. I'm thinking both FF8 and FF9.
Really?
Which I know they're both on the same generation.
They have a different sort of look, though.
They have a different look, and they're both heralded as like the great looking PS1 games.
Okay, yeah. I don't ever hear anybody saying 14 is that grand. 15, I've played better looking games. Doom, I think, looks better than Final Fantasy 15, and that came out like 9 months before.
Yeah, graphics wise,
definitely a different game.
The thing with 15 is that they sacrifice graphics for an open world sort of thing, and so I feel like it's okay to have 15
X-nayed off the list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that it takes away, like you said, like it's not a bad thing. It's just the world is so big that you can't have everything.
Do you think the 13 sequels look better than 13?
It's really hard.
Case I would not nominate 13 in front of them, but 13 is...
I would say 13.
That's a pinnacle of graphics in that generation.
Yeah.
And it was kind of early on, too.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 13 is one of the better looking PS3 games. It's hard for me to tell, though, because I'm playing Final... Oh, Jesus.
Cough.
Excuse me. I'm playing 13.2 on the stream, so I'm playing it in standard def because I have to attach it to this fucking game cap that we have. So I don't truly know how good 13.2 looks. But yeah, 13 is one of the best looking PS3 games. So.
We'll just say 13 because that's the one people have played the most anyway. So if anything, it would have had the most for your consideration advertising in the New York Times.
Yeah.
As opposed to 13 too, right? For this, if all the Final Fantasies came out in the same year for some reason.
That's right.
I would say FF8 and FF9. I'm trying to think of a spin-off that has been like heralded as the greatest graphics ever, but usually they don't put that much into the graphics of the spin-offs.
All right, I'm fine with FF8 and 9. I don't care.
FF8, FF9. Okay. Here's the two categories in the Oscars that always confuse the shit out of me, and I know they confuse everybody else. The next two categories are sound mixing and sound editing. Which at one point I looked up the difference and then went, huh, and then forgot.
Yeah, you're like, wow, that's the same thing.
So I remember one is like the sounds that they take in, and then the other one is like mixing the sounds together, which I assume is like, yeah. It's so weird.
So how do we want to do this then? Do we want to just eliminate one of those categories?
Yeah, I would probably just do best sound, maybe. This is not music. So this is
God.
Best, let's see. It's like best sound, so like the menu bleeps, the little battle sounds, how it just all mixes into sound. I almost feel like ixnaying this category.
Yeah, we probably should. It doesn't really make sense.
I know which one has the worst sound, and that was Final Fantasy V. Whatever version I had really bad sound, but I can't really judge best sound until I hear something bad. And then I know. Not good.
Yeah, I think we should eliminate
this.
You
could do best voice acting.
Oh, we could do that, yeah. Do you want to do that instead? Best voice acting?
Yeah, let's do best voice acting.
I think that's a great
because I mean, we're going to have best actor and actress, but we're going to do that with characters instead.
Yeah.
That's what Batman was saying, so.
Right, yeah.
Let's do voice acting because that's kind of it's its own sort of deal.
All right, so
and
well, there's not that many to choose from.
5 categories each, but okay. How many Final Fantasy games have voice acting?
Well, we have 12, 13.
12, or there's 10, 12, 13, 13-2, Lightning Returns, 15.
14.
14 has some.
Yeah, I think that would count.
Okay. Is that 7 nominees?
Yeah, or so.
Is there a spin-off? There's like spin-offs.
Crisis Core has voice acting.
Oh, yeah, and then the FF4 reboot has voice acting.
Yeah, but we didn't play it.
No, we didn't play it, but the audience might have played it.
Yeah. We could also count the movies, too. Kingslave.
I would say, once again, 13 just counts for its trilogy. In which case, that would be 2 less. And we'd be looking at 7.
How many categories are in, normally?
This one has 5 each for both sound mixing and sound editing. Most of these, except for Best Picture, have 5 nominees cap.
Oh, Dirge has voice acting, too.
Dirge also has voice acting. Okay, which ones do you think have the best voice acting? FF12, I know, is one.
Yeah, FF12, I think, has the best in the series. After 12, there's a step down, like a staircase down.
Oh, what are you saying? Are you saying 12 is your favorite?
I'm saying, as far as voice acting goes, yes, I would say 12 is easily the best. For my vote, it's going to be 12.
Most iconic sort of voice acting things. I'm thinking 15 is kind of going to be iconic with some of the character voices.
15's Arden is up there.
And besides the fact that some of the extra characters aren't that great.
Yeah, the extra characters are trash.
FF13 is completely voiced, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, but I would nominate 13.
Yeah.
Give 13 a spot. 15, I think, deserves a spot as well. I think there's no arguing the fact that the guy who plays Arden is the bomb, dude. He's such a good character, and it works so well. His voice with his character, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that character alone, definitely worth putting in there.
Crisis Core, FF4, FF14, I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Well, they fired the entirety of the original voice acting people, so I think no is safe for 14 since they all lost their fucking jobs, including Gideon Emery, for God's sake. The laziest performance I've ever fucking heard from that guy. And I love that guy's voice. Like, don't get me wrong, Balthier in 12, awesome. In that game, Urian J or whatever, whoever he played, dude, it felt so phoned in. It was like they had a recorder up to the phone and they just had him read the fucking lines.
I would say Crisis Core is one of the better voice acted ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Crisis Core. I think it's between 10 and the FF4 remake. Or one of the movies.
I think the people would rather have 10 for the 5th. I would probably put the movies in too, though. Just have 7 categories or 7 knobs.
7. Let's do it.
Let's put both movies because there's some great voice acting in the movies. There really is, especially Kingsglaive.
And let's do English track. This is an English language podcast.
All right, English track. That's fair.
Advent Children. I don't think we got a freaking Japanese version of Kingsglaive, did we?
I don't think so. I
haven't popped it in yet.
Yeah, I'm like, cool, it's there.
Yeah, I'm never watching it again.
Yeah,
I fucking watched it like 3 times for a goddamn review.
I put the little slip over the Kingsglaive thing. I'm like, let's go ahead and hide that. All right, perfect. Looks just about right. Final Fantasy 15 by its lonesome.
Oh, I think Spirits Within has better voice acting than either of those movies.
Put it in.
And then what was the other one? Oh, yeah, 10?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 10. We have to put it in there, even though we don't really dig it.
Man, I can't in good conscience say that FF10 has the best voice acting. I don't think it's anywhere near any of these nominees.
Even
the movies.
Even Kingsglaive?
Yeah, man. Kingsglaive was pretty well voice acted for most part.
But, like...
I mean, some of it's not. But
Libertas and
Libertas is
Glaucoma.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, Libertas is so... Jesus. All right, that's fine, though. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say these 7 categories.
I would say Spirits Within for sure has some pretty good voice acting. At least good actors. And I felt like
Baldwin was great.
I felt like they fit their characters really well too. I didn't feel like it was awkward ever.
If you know the voice of what's his name? He's in fucking Sopranos. Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
You're right. That guy did not look like Steve Buscemi at all.
Problem is that Steve Buscemi's voice is so easy to hear.
Well, come on. Yeah, he looks. Jesus, you're right.
I like Baldwin.
Baldwin looked great. He matched it for sure. But yeah, that was a good point. And I did laugh, I think, when we were watching that movie. I was like, God, dude, he is so ugly in real life compared to this movie. He's like, can I play a handsome guy, please? Yeah. Great actor, though.
Good actor, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so nominees. Did I say the nominees? 12, 13, 15, Crisis Core, Advent Children, Kingsglaive, and Spirits Within.
All right, sweet.
Okay, now we got short film, both animated and live action. What would you count as a Final Fantasy short film?
How about cutscenes? Best cutscenes.
Oh,
we could do best cutscenes.
Well, there's best cutscene, or there's like best minigame.
We could do both.
You want both categories to each have 5, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Best cutscene.
Oh, dude, this is tough because 13 has some absolutely beautiful cutscenes. And one of them was brought up in the chat. It was the Derby or the Grand Prix one. You remember that in 13 where they're doing the race thing when they come into the town?
I do remember that one, and something about it like is super chaotic to me that I don't know what the fuck is going on. Though it's beautiful looking, but it's like so flashy that it's like I have no context for this.
Well, the problem with that cutscene is that it's flashy for flashy's sake. It doesn't actually serve a fucking purpose.
I would argue that there is a better cutscene in 13 to nominate.
Okay, what would you nominate?
The fireworks cutscene.
Okay, firework. I am totally 100% behind fireworks cutscene.
Yeah, oh shit. Okay, so 5. Okay. 5 best cutscenes. Okay, I'm going to nominate 2. You nominate 2, and then we'll argue over the 5th one out. I'm going to nominate the FF15 final scene.
Okay. All right, the finale. That's
Finale.
fine. Great, fantastic finale.
Great finale. It's fantastic finale. It's the best.
You're gonna love
finale.
it. Everyone does. You know it. I know it.
And the FF10 final scene.
Okay. Ooh, good one, Jake. Vivi on the ship. Vivi watching his fucking friends die.
That was after the, what do they call it? The waltzes?
Yeah, the first waltz fight.
Was it the first? I thought it was the third waltz.
Okay, fine. Vivi after waltz fight. Vivi airship after waltz fight.
Okay.
That one I loved. And then let's do...
There's the Crisis Core final scene is a big one for people. There's the Aerith death scene is a big one for people. Final Fantasy VIII has lots of really good cutscenes in it. I would say the opening cutscene for FF8 is a great one. Yeah, man. What's your other nominee?
My other favorite cutscene in the series, Sephiroth in the Shinra basement when he finally goes crazy.
Oh, that's a very small cutscene.
It is.
I was thinking like... all right. Sephiroth. That's more like a bigger, better cutscene to you than Aerith getting...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think it's way more epic. It's partly the music and during that part. Though.
Sephiroth takes Genova.
No.
Oh, Sephiroth pacing?
Yeah, it's the pacing and then him being like, I'm going to go see my mother. And then the music kicks in and he just walks away and you go out and run out into the town and it's all on fire.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sephiroth in the flames.
Yeah, Sephiroth and the Flames.
Okay.
I would say everything leading up to that and that being the fucking cherry on top of the orgasm cake that is the FF7 part right there, where it's just like, it's fucking awesome. Because that is what it leads into, is Sephiroth and the Flames. All right, now we have to figure out what number 5 is, though. I think you brought a good point. The Final Fantasy VIII intro is really good.
But is it better than the Crisis Core ending? Now, the Crisis Core ending is not one I would nominate, but it is something I believe our audience would.
I would say that FF8's intro isn't as important because the intro seems super epic and like some big ass fight and some like, gripping thing is going on. But really, it's just them training.
But we all know the intro. We all know it's great.
It is great, but in context, is it as good as Final Fantasy VII before our Crisis Core is ending? We also know that he's, dead the entire time in 7, but I don't know if that takes away as much as the FF8 thing where it ends up being a training thing.
I remember the music with the waves. I don't know. Someone in the chat break the tie. Because I almost feel like it should be the FF8 intro.
Alistair does say FF8 intro or ending.
Okay.
Sephiroth walking through the flames, Loopy Dava said, yeah, for sure. That one's on there.
We got that one.
I would say FF8 intro works.
Okay, over the Crisis Core one?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do 6 nominees so that people don't shit a brick.
All right, fine.
Okay, let's just do them both. FF8 intro. And Crisis Core ending. Because everybody's like, I cried at the end.
Yeah.
Which I did not, but...
it was very emotional, though. Like, I was like, damn, this is fucked up.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It was really solid.
Okay, best minigame, man. Which minigames did you actually have fun playing?
Oh,
I say snowboarding.
In 7?
Yeah. Oh, no, but over the racing? Fuck no. The
Chocobo racing, then?
FF7, when you're leaving the Shinra building. G-Bike.
Okay, G-Bike. All right, I'm fine with that. FF7 G-Bike. I won't fight it.
Okay.
What else you got? Blitzball, I assume?
No. Fucking hate almost every minigame.
I'm just going to put Blitzball. I'm going to put Blitzball on there just to spite you.
Okay, Blitzball, bastard.
We also have Triple Triad, the FF9 one, Tetramaster.
We should just put those on there because people are going to love them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a
You know what? Playing Triple Triad with Grinatol, I thought it was fun. What I hate is the fucking rule change. That's what I can't stand.
Oh, yeah.
OG Triple Triad, fun. It's decent. I still thought Tetramaster was better.
What's
when
ridiculous
I went
is that if you talk to certain people, you can fuck yourself with the rules.
Yeah.
And you can't unfuck yourself.
It spreads like a goddamn disease. Is what happens.
It is. It's like an STD.
Yeah,
like
everyone gets it, and they all die. And the rules just change, and you can't control it, and it goes. It's like wildfire. It just spreads.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Oh boy.
All right, so we got G-Bike, Blitzball, Triple Triad, and Tetramaster. Ooh,
it's a mini game that you like.
15's fishing.
Okay, all right, man. I'm gonna give you that one because it is funner than other stuff. Some people.
It's 10's mini games are so
okay. Those are really bad. Those are really bad. Some people say Chocobo Hot and Cold.
Yeah, we didn't do that though. So it's hard for us to say.
That. I don't know.
I think Chocobo Hot and Cold would be a good ride-in.
Just do it for the folks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of people really love Chocobo Hot and Cold.
Okay. Oh, did we even say what the nominees for best cutscene? Oh, for best cutscenes, Final Fantasy 15 finale, Final Fantasy 10 finale, Vivi's cutscene after the waltz fight, or like waltz aftermath, almost I would call that. Sephiroth in the Flames, FF13 intro, and Crisis Core ending.
FF8 intro,
sorry, and Crisis Core ending. Dude, it hurts not putting the FF13 fireworks scene in there.
You could have. Do you want to just throw a 7th on?
Fine.
Do it. That's a great scene, dude. I don't think anyone will pitch a fit about that. Or pitch a tent. I don't know, though. It was pretty awesome. I might have.
Best minigame nominees: FF7 G-Bike, Blitzball, Triple Triad, Tetramaster, Final Fantasy 15 Fishing, and Chocobo Hot and Cold.
Loopy Daba asked if the FF12 Monster Hunts count. Not really. Those are more quests.
No, I agree. I don't think they're.
I think they're fucking great, and they beat out some of the ones that we nominated for sure, but it's a little different.
Okay, this next one is for the Oscars is production design.
Okay.
So this is like art design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and call it production design, though. It's the same shit.
It is.
What are the unfortunately,
1, 2,
this is
5.
super shut up. 1, 2, 5. 3 7. You're welcome. Best art direction in the game, I would say
13 has to be on there for the worlds. I don't like the costumes, as we all know.
Okay, a lot of people hate 9s, but a lot of people love 9s. I don't does anybody love it that much though? The way 9 looks.
I don't know. Honestly, 9's look is one of the things that I think holds a lot of people back.
I would say 8.
Okay.
I think F8 this shouldn't be on it.
I can live with that.
Okay.
I guess.
Yes, you can live with that.
Yeah.
Best looking from the art standpoint, Final Fantasy games.
From the art.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this is tough. There's a lot of good looking games in the series. I say FF6 looks really good. Especially for the time. I think the slightly upgraded sprites was really cool, and it was something I was not expecting from Final Fantasy VI. I was expecting it to be pretty much along the same lines as Final Fantasy V, but when I popped 6 in, there was a definite increase in the quality from 5 to 6. No denying that for me.
I think, for the sake of being different, I should nominate FF9.
Okay.
Yeah, some people like it though. Some people like it.
Yeah,
a lot.
you know, I actually hated it when I was first playing it. I hated the idea of 9. I hated the way it looked. And in the end, I don't particularly like some of the characters in 9. But overall, I do enjoy the theme. I do enjoy the art style, I guess. I just don't like some of the characters, like the Queen. I hate the way she looks.
I would say the art of Final Fantasy VII is really good. They just never created it in the game that well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would almost argue FF7 on here. Plus, like, everything's really iconic in 7 now.
Yeah, I think 7 has a legacy great enough to put on here, so
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
All right, best production design, 13, 8, 6, 9, and 7. Okay. Best original song?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, shit. You
Well-
got 5 nominees. Which ones? Okay, I'm
One Winged Angel.
that's a track. That'll be in best score. That'll be for the whole game.
Do you think that counts as a track?
It's not a
There are
song.
lyrics. There are lyrics.
It's not a song.
It's just Latin. Okay? It's still a
It
language.
needs to be a song.
All right, so Eyes on Me.
Fuck.
Eyes on Me has to be on
I hate
there.
that goddamn song, but people will vote for it.
Melodies of Life needs to be on there.
Melodies of Life.
Answers certainly needs to be on there, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say for one of my picks, I'm going to put Distant Worlds on there. And I know you're going to agree with that, too. And I think
will.
a lot of people who have played Final Fantasy XI, or at least have watched the intro cutscene, will totally agree. Distant
Yeah.
Worlds is a great fucking song.
It's between My Hands, the FF12 song, or what's that other fucking song? Oh, shit. I had it.
The one from 13? Or is that My Hands?
Oh, that was My Hands.
Oh, dude, it's hard for me.
Oh, Suteki Dane.
Oh, yeah, Suteki Dene. I think more people would like Suteki.
Okay. This is your guys' category. And
I know this hurts. It hurts me, but I cannot remember the 12 song to save my fucking life.
I can't either.
And 13s, I know the... Oh, you're right. Okay, I remember 13s. I also remember the way the chick looks who sings it. I know what she looks like, but that's it.
I think she sings that I'm Like a Bird song.
I keep thinking of Metallica's All Within My Hands. All within my hands.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't think of the actual 13.
Get this. Makeup and hairstyling has three nominees.
10, FF10.
Okay, so we're going for like the craziest.
It's creative. The antler hair, I don't know how they did that. I don't know how they could make hair do those things.
Okay, FF10. What's another? FF7.
Yeah.
Gotta love that hair.
Yeah, it's very iconic.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know. 15. They spent a
15's
lot of
got
money.
the hair thing going on.
They spent a lot of money on the hair. You remember all the demos where it was like, look at the hair. We have 10 million different strands
All
of
right.
fucking hair.
All right, let's do it. FF15
All right.
for hair.
FF15. I totally am fine with that.
Okay.
So makeup and hairstyle, we've got Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy 15. So nominees.
All right. You should pull up our list because this is best foreign language film. I would argue that these are Final Fantasies that never were. Best Final Fantasies that never were instead of best foreign language film.
That's good. I like that.
And there's 5 of them, and there's totally a list already on there. So
So you're saying games that shouldn't, or that were never Final Fantasies that could have been.
yeah, that they were like,
Should we make this an FF? Nah.
yeah, and then they decided against it. It's our very bottom.
All right, so here's what we have. We have Chrono Trigger. That one's going on there. Chrono Cross, I think we can ixnay.
Yeah, because it wasn't, but it is the sequel to Chrono Trigger. So
Yeah, Xenogears.
okay, 2 is Xenogears.
And now we have Bravely Default and Bravely Second.
Bravely Default.
Okay, and we have 5 for this.
You can have 5, but it's okay to do 3.
These
are the only ones that were pitched that we know of. That
I would say
turned out.
Parasite Eve, some would request to be on that list. I know we ixnayed that, and we did review it. We did review it on Nude Clan, and I know a lot of you guys have listened to it.
Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve did have some
Let's do it.
elements that they were thinking about putting in Final Fantasy VII, which some did carry over with the whole Genova shit.
All right, I'll put it on there for the sake of people. Okay, film editing, I don't think there's no way we can
know that.
There's nothing on there. Documentary, no, can't really. We
could do a subplot.
No. There's too many subplots in these goddamn games.
That's true. There's a fucking lot of subplots going on, like, all the time.
I feel like directing is like a vague one.
We could just do
best directors.
Yeah, Yoshinori Kitase, Hiroyuki Ito.
Dude, let's do it. Nomura. Did Nomura ever direct one? Or has he just like been a big guy?
I think he FF15, I mean.
Best director. Okay. So, who was the guy who helped 13 get unstuck?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to put Hironobu Sakaguchi. He directed the first 6 games. Then Hiroyuki Ito.
Yeah. Motomu Toriyama, yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, Jesus. Tabata is the one who did 15. We're like fucking retarded.
Yeah, man. It's Hajime Tabata.
I think we have to put Tabata on there.
I'll just put all the big ones.
Definitely Toriyama.
Okay.
Because of 13. There was a lot of problems with 13.
Ito. And then Kitase. And then, did you look up the FF14 guy? Because I think he's the 6th one that we need on there.
You talking Yoshi P?
Yeah.
Yoshi P, yeah.
Yeah, but it's... Okay. It's like Yoshia something.
It's Yoshi P, dude.
He's Yoshi P means producer. So he's the producer of the game.
Yeah. There was Miganawa that was also involved with 12, but I think Ito deserves...
Ito's kind of the guy because he's on multiple ones.
Yeah.
So I would say Tabata gets in because he was on Crisis Core and 15. Sakaguchi, of course, gets in.
Yeah, he's the god.
Ito, of course, gets in. Kitase, of course, gets in. Yoshi P gets in because he's special, because he, like, reinvigorated this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I would argue those guys as the guys that should be best director
totally.
nominated.
I mean, Yoshi P is kind of the odd man out, but he totally deserves a spot on there because of 14 coming back to life.
Okay. This one's a joke category, costume design.
Okay, we're talking best.
I mean, well, this one's so subjective that, like, I think we should just, like, think about who was cosplayed the most.
Okay, so...
Like, from what games?
All right, Final Fantasy IV, there's a lot of cosplay.
Okay, FF4.
FF7, there's clearly a lot of cosplay.
Well, yeah, that's a duh.
FF8, there's a lot of cosplay. Mm-hmm. FF10, there was a lot of cosplay.
There was a lot from 15, but that might just be because it's newer.
I would say...
But, like, none of the spin-offs I can think of had, like, a ton of cosplay on them.
Yeah, I don't think... Well, there's not much. I mean, there were a few people that did have cosplay from the spin-offs, but not a whole lot of people.
Okay.
Let's see. We got 4, we got 7, we got 8, we've got 10.
I would say 15.
15 and then maybe 6.
6 wasn't cosplayed that much.
There were a bunch of Celis and a few Locks and...
Yeah, but and also
9.
6 is also like...
There was Ultros. We've always seen Ultros. There's always one Ultros. And 9, although 9, we had the Quinniquan, we have the Beatrix. We had 2 Beatrix at that event. We had a couple daggers. We had...
What do you think will be cosplayed more in the future? 15 or 9?
As far as staying power? Fuck, dude.
Probably 9, I guess.
Yeah, I think 9 probably has more staying power.
Yeah, 12 does not have any staying power.
No, I mean, we saw one Balthier.
I mean, what about FF1 with the
like the white
classes?
mage?
Yeah. I say FF1. That's
put
iconic as shit.
I would put that in there. And I mean, a lot of the future games reference FF1's design in there, like 14's white mage, totally FF1's white mage. Like, there's no denying. Black mage, same thing.
Let's do that. Fuck that, yeah.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. Cinematography.
I guess
think
that would
we
be
covered that with graphics.
Maybe,
we covered
or
that with art design.
we could do cutscene direction.
That's the same shit as the cutscene, man. It's too much overlap. It's confusing.
Well, it could be an overall game's cutscenes. Like, do 13's cutscenes work? Do 12's cutscenes work? Do 10's cutscenes work?
I don't know. I don't think there's an equivalent. I really don't.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, there is actually an equivalent in the game, like lighting design.
Yeah, but we don't
that's
fucking
hard
know.
to like judge as a.
Yeah,
you would have to be really into video game art to understand that stuff. I don't think it's I don't know. There's animated feature film, as opposed to best picture. How about just best Final Fantasy movie?
Okay.
Or
we can do that.
yeah. So best FF movie, and we know the nominees for that. Whoa,
That's a callback from the past.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I have to ban some Twitch fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, he's pissing me off.
Okay. All right. Best FF movie, and I would say TV show. So,
Ooh, so we can put in.
you can put Brotherhood as well as Unlimited. So I would say, yeah, there's Advent Children. Oh, and then Kingslave. And Spirits Within. And then I think Brotherhood and Unlimited. Is there another one you can think of? Maybe the FF7, the Before Crisis or whatever.
I don't know. I don't think enough people voted for or would vote for Before Crisis for it to really matter. I don't think a lot of people played it.
Okay, or
It's supposed
watched
to be a
it.
Japan thing. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do Unlimited and Brotherhood?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fine.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people really like Unlimited. We haven't had the best experience with it. We actually need to do a commentary for that. We haven't for the last couple months.
Okay. That's a good point.
But I do think it's a worthy nominee. So.
Okay, this is the part that most of this is here for, okay? We got actor and actress in a leading role and actor and actress in a supporting role.
Okay.
So
best actor.
it would be best supporting characters and then best lead characters.
Okay. Best support. Best supporting characters. Shit. Oh man. What was a
So
joke?
these are side characters, right?
As a joke nominee, I'd put in Dave from Final Fantasy 15. I feel. Y'all gonna go get me some dog tags?
I would say no.
What about the girl? What is her name? Oh my god, I'm drawing a serious fucking blank right now.
His sister?
No. Oh fuck. What is her name? It's the Aranea.
Oh, yeah.
Aranea totally belongs in the best supporting actress.
Out of all Final Fantasy?
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, I loved her.
Okay. I think we should just do best supporting characters, not male or female.
And we just do a ton.
I would still just keep it to 5.
Okay. I would say I would keep Aranea in there.
Oh, that's in your top 5 supporting characters over Orin, over someone like
Orin's a main.
Barrett?
Oh no, you're right. Orin. Fine. Fuck this. Orin. The problem I have
Barrett, Tifa.
The problem I have with these categories meshing is that Orin is a main character in Final Fantasy X.
He's not a lead though.
He might not be a lead.
Leading role is like bad guy,
good guy.
good guy.
Okay, Orin, easily.
Orin. Okay.
I would also put Barrett.
I would also nominate Barrett.
Some people in the chat are throwing out Vivi is a good one. I say that's a solid nom.
Shadow.
Balthier is in there.
I would say
Asian Cajun.
Celis. Or she would be more of a lead.
She's a lead.
But I would say Tara's the lead, so I would say Celis is supporting.
All right, I can support Celis. I say Balthier has to make it in there, though.
Balthier. Okay, we'll do 10 nominees. Fuck it. Just to match the not 5 of the other ones.
Okay.
Because I just feel like Quinn does not have a gender.
yeah, he's a pan-gender.
And maybe hard to categorize in this. Did you say Vivi? A lot of people would want Vivi.
Yeah, I think Vivi belongs for sure.
Let's see. There's like Locke. There's Sabin. There's Zach's a lead. Fuck. I would say Tifa should be on here somewhere.
Yeah, Tifa belongs.
Tifa.
I don't. Yeah, she's not super main, huh? She's a very important.
Yeah,
support.
she's very important. Yeah.
Yuna, maybe? No, Yuna's main. Never mind.
Ignis.
Ignis?
Yeah.
I'd put Ignis up there.
I'd put Ignis,
fine.
man, and I'd put him in a top 10 supporting characters. Final Fantasy for the community.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck, what else have we got in here? Core, Sid,
yeah.
Sid from...
Loopy says Vincent. I think Vincent's one that would need to be on the list. Whether or not we agree with it, though, come on. He got his own spin-off game, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
Apparently, NASA making men and women have split space shuttles. That should be a nominee right there.
Yeah.
Split space shuttles to avoid prego fucking astronauts. Super conducive to the conversation.
Yeah, wait till all that bodily fluid is floating through the
can you imagine?
shuttle.
Just like...
God damn it, guys.
Like, all right, who's getting it on? Come on, please. No, Renoa in space, though. I mean, that Renoa could be one.
I don't think she's...
Nah, she's more of a main.
I don't even think she's main. I don't think she's anything. She's just a blank slate of nothing.
No.
So there's like... What's a good... Okay, so FF1... What is there? Like Princess Sarah and Garland?
Yeah.
Garland's a lead.
Garland is a lead.
FF2, those are shit characters. FF3 are the kind of shit characters. FF4, there's like Rosa. There's like Galoof.
Ooh, Loopy puts in a good point.
Fosoya.
He says Gilgamesh is a good one.
Gilgamesh from which one?
It doesn't
5?
matter.
Gilgamesh from 5.
Gilgamesh from 5, yeah. Is the poor bastard in his Excalibur, thinking he's got the ultimate weapon.
I think
Trash.
that Sid is a better supporting character than Vincent is. Vincent's not even a required supporting character.
You know what? I play with Sid and I don't play with Vincent, so agreed. Put him in there. The fans will hate it. Vincent's loved.
It doesn't mean that Vincent's not close to being on here. From 13, you got Vanilla, you got Fang. I would say Lightning's the lead in that one.
Yeah, certainly.
Or Vanilla, actually, maybe the lead.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. She's pretty important.
You already got Balthier, Bosch, Osh, Fran.
Ooh, I do love me some Fran.
I know you love you some Fran, but is she one of the best supporting characters?
I don't think so.
Series, okay.
I think that's kind of hard to say.
Shantoto would be
Ooh,
one.
dude. I would put Shantoto on there.
You would put Shantoto on there?
I would, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I think she's a great character, and she's one that carries over. She's in Brave Exvius. She's in...
Let's do it.
She was on the Kupokan cards. She was in the Triple Triad cards that they built. Shantoto was one. She's a very important character.
Okay, who's the lead from Tactics?
Ramza. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to best leading character, and we have up to 10 nominees. So this is on quality of character.
Alistair poses a very important point. Balthier is the leading man, so I think he should be double nommed here.
No. Nope. He thinks of himself as the leading man. That's for damn sure.
I need a Balthier shooter spinoff.
Okay.
A dirge of Balthier instead.
Okay. Leading characters from FF1, 2, or 3 that you think are worthy?
No.
Nope.
They're cookie cutter characters.
FF4 is
I would say Kane.
Kane. I think Kane is a more interesting character than the main one.
Than Cecil.
Cecil, yeah.
Kane also. Oh, dude.
He's also really important. I think he is a leading role.
You think so? You think he counts as a lead?
Yeah, I think the Academy would count him as a person in a leading role.
I would say Kane then. Kane needs to be on this list.
Because he's definitely more of a lead than the other bad guys. Okay, I'll give it to Kane. And FF5, I don't think Butts is a
strong
enough lead, and I don't think there's a strong enough bad guy for FF5 either.
FF6, Terra, I would definitely say.
Yep, Terra. Terra gets a nominee for best leading character.
Kefka, easily.
Kefka also gets a nominee.
I'd say 7 with Cloud and also Sephiroth. It's a sweep.
I would give it to Sephiroth. I wouldn't give it to Cloud.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he's a very three-dimensional lead character. Doesn't mean he doesn't work.
Well, as long as Sephiroth gets on the list, I'm fine because he's the best villain.
I mean, I might leave space for Cloud, but we'll see as we go on. FF8, it's not really a good. I don't think Squall is a very good lead. I think he's a cookie cutter version of Cloud almost.
Asian Cajun says Celis, but I don't know. Didn't we put her as the support? We did.
We did.
She's a supporter for us.
Character. And we have a large. I have in the FF6 review. I talk about why I believe that Terra is the main character of FF6.
Oh, we both had left the game with that feeling. It's Terra for sure.
It's got to be. It's Terra. She has the biggest arc in the game. She also kind of stitches the rest of the game together.
Yeah.
I would have to say I think Terra is more of a leading character. Doesn't mean that you can't put a lot of emphasis on Celis, which they obviously do, and that's obviously why she's on the list for supporting.
Yeah.
I do think Terra is the backbone of 6, and I think the developers are wrong when they said they didn't have a main character, because I think Terra is definitely a main character.
I feel like we both felt this way when we reviewed Final Fantasy VI, but it was Celis as the second most important character by a good chunk.
Yeah, I agree.
And then probably Locke.
And then Locke, yeah.
And then it's like, after that, it's like, well, everybody else. Yeah. Locke, just because of the amount of time we get to spend with them.
FF9, Zidane, or what's the other guy? The other guy. The bad guy.
You saying Kuja?
Kuja. It's a pretty good bad guy. I think he's a better lead than Zidane.
He stands out more, yeah. I'd say Kuja. I'm fine putting Kuja in there. Do we put Titus on the
oh shit,
on the list? I mean, Titus is a very blank character as well. He's only put in there as a plot device to show
I think
us
Titus
the world.
has a full arc. I think Titus.
He does.
I think he should be nominated for best.
I also think his character is absolutely ingenious. I mean, they put us in this new world, and they use Titus as the catalyst for us understanding the world around him, because we're new to it and he's new to it. It's not 13 where we're new to it. Oh,
you don't know all this?
Yeah. You don't know this, you piece of shit? You don't know what we're talking about when we say Lassie and Falsey? Oh, who are you? Oh, I don't know. Some fucking overweight American playing your fucking game. That's who I am, you fuck. Give me someone that I can relate to that explains the fucking world around me. Jesus.
Yes.
Christ almighty.
I would say Titus.
All right, Titus makes it. 13, nobody fucking makes it, okay?
Okay. FF11, no. FF12 doesn't have a lead.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, if Bosch was actually the lead,
it would have been a fucking epic game, but no.
Nor does it really, Vayne, I think, is sometimes a good bad guy, and sometimes he's like a non-show rapper. So I wouldn't nominate either.
Okay.
Of the leads in 12. I wouldn't nominate Vaughn. That's for sure.
No, definitely not.
13, would you nominate Lightning as a best?
She's kind of Cloud, basically, to me.
Kind of a Cloud. Okay, so we have Cloud copycats is what we have. So we have Squall, and might as well just put Cloud on the fine. I'm going to fucking put Cloud on the list. We're nominating Cloud.
Why? Just so you can
Just to
nominate
cover,
Lightning?
it covers Squall and it covers Lightning.
Okay, all right.
Because they're all trying to.
I think
back to
Bartandalus
Cloud.
is a very interesting bad guy, I would say.
I don't think he's clear enough. He's too confusing for me in the story to. I think he's sometimes interesting. I also think he looks ridiculous and he's laughable when he's wearing the freaking Pope outfit. So
That is pretty bizarre, yeah.
of course, then again, Kuja wears the Speedo. So what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm always in
dude.
some terrible spot with these bad guys. Okay. Any spin-offs? Would you say Zach as a lead?
Yeah, I would put Zach on
Okay.
there. I think he was a good character. He's not Cloud. He's not. So I think he has his own little arc, and he just wants to be a hero. Like, come on.
And with 15, I would put Arden.
Oh, Arden is easily belonging on this list, I would say.
Arden, and then okay, it's up. I think it's between. I've never played Tactics, but I think people would be kind of ticked if we didn't put Ramza.
I think we should do Ramza for sure, and then maybe just add an 11th one in for Noctis.
Ramza and Noctis.
Yeah,
I think Noctis is a very interesting lead character.
He is, and the voice actor Ray Chase did a very good job voice acting him. So I feel like he needs to be put
fine.
in.
Let's do an 11th.
Breaking the rules.
I know, but it's too much. We said Ramza and Noctis.
Yeah. Oh, Alistair puts a good point in on the chat. Like, he's kind of takes the peppy character, which is, the annoying character in every other game, for Zach. He kind of covers those bases. So he's the Yuffie, the Selfie.
He's the Zidane as well.
Zidane, yeah.
Okay. All right, I can take that.
You don't always hate him, but...
And our final one, we can only nominate 10 of them.
Okay. Best game.
Best Final Fantasy.
All right. This is where it gets rough.
Let's go through the main.
So, Jake and I have talked about this at great length.
Okay, let's just talk about the spin-offs that we should put on here. We should put in Tactics and Crisis Core.
Tactics belongs, yes. Crisis Core, I would argue, but I feel like...
A lot of people have told us it's their favorite. That's why I'm saying it belongs.
I would argue against those people heatedly, but I agree. It belongs.
Okay.
As far as the audience is concerned, yes.
So the top 8 from the main series, unless you can think of another spin-off that people think of as one of the best ones.
I can't.
I can't either.
And then there's a top tier Final Fantasy, and that is always Final Fantasy 6, 7, and 10. Those are the 3 that everyone's always talking about being the top tier. That is the highest echelon of Final Fantasy. Are those 3
for the populace? Yeah.
And
I would argue FF9.
FF9 also belongs in there. Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at 4 others. Okay, would you put FF1, 2, or 3 on this?
FF1 maybe.
FF1 me. Okay, I'm going to put FF1 onto the side.
2 and 3, no, I don't
2
think
and 3,
so.
no. FF4, I say almost definitely.
I'd say 4 belongs. Yeah.
Okay.
I think 4 is a pivotal game in the series, and a lot of people absolutely love it. So.
Okay. FF5, I'm going to put on the side.
Okay.
Because I think it's better than 4, but a lot of people, it's just not an audience favorite.
Yeah, it's not.
FF8, I'm putting on the side.
I would almost argue FF8 belongs in the top 10. I don't think, personally, I would necessarily put it up there, but I think a lot of people really love FF8. I think they would be pissed if we didn't put FF8 in there.
Okay, fine. Putting FF8 in there. I think you're right. I think you are right. People would be pissed if we didn't put 14.
Yeah, a lot of... Oh, Jesus, yeah, you're right. But that leaves us with 1 to fight over. You know what my dog is.
Okay, we got FF1, FF5. I would argue FF15. And then there's FF13 as well that I think people would argue over. So I ranked 15. If you haven't listened to the 15 episode, I ranked it relatively high.
Yeah.
You did not. You ranked it quite in the middle.
Yeah. Quite as in exactly the middle.
But you did rank it above 13.
Yeah.
And you did rank it above 1. But FF1 is so iconic that it's hard not to argue FF1 should go on the list. But I don't think anybody would actually... Oh, you remember when we did the panel? Fucking no one cheered for 1 when it came to their favorite game. I'm going to go ahead and say FF1 does not belong.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's between 15 and 5.
Well, what about
for
12?
the top 10 games, or 12.
You gotta have 12 in there. It's a fucking fantastic game.
Dude.
4th best game of the series.
Oh, did I accidentally wrote 15 in.
Yeah, I was like,
what was the game I was trying to write in?
I don't know.
We had 9, 4, 8, 10, 7, 6. Oh, it was 14.
Oh, yeah. You said 14 and you wrote 15.
Yeah, I was thinking about 15. It's between... Okay, fine. I think 15 is better than 5. And I don't think 5 has a chance of winning this thing anyway. So 15 or 12?
Well, I think 12 is a better game.
I think 15. Okay. Whoever chats in the thing next is the one who gets it. FF12 or FF15? Go. We're waiting. Come on, man. FF12 or FF15? Twitch chatters, come on. You can get on this shit. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, 12.
12 is the first one voted.
FF12 is the first one voted. FF15 did not make it into the best Final Fantasy.
That's okay.
Oh, 3 people went 12.
It's all right. I am totally fine with that.
Okay. All right. So, the nominees for Best Final Fantasy are Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy IX, 4, 8, 14, and 12. Schweiss, people, it's time to go cast your votes.
Yeah.
Go to ultimafinalfantasy.com to do that.
Click on the most recent episode. This will be out Monday, as you are listening to it now. If you're on the stream, wait. Check the polls, give your votes, and we'll go over the results next week.
Yes, we will go over the results. This is interesting, though, to run the gambit of, like, everybody has heard our opinions on what our favorite things are in the series. And now, I mean, some people are not going to have their nominees that they want.
Yeah.
But I think we were pretty fair in our nominating. And it's time for us to find out what our listeners think, man.
Yeah,
what are your favorite characters, both supporting and lead? What do you think is the best Final Fantasy game? What do you think Final Fantasy game had the best graphics for its time? Best art direction, best... it's all in there, man. It's all great, and I'm excited to see kind of like what we got.
Yeah, for sure.
This has been a pretty long discussion here, Schweiss. I say we just go ahead and do some iTunes reviews and finish it up and save questions till next week.
All right, man. Sounds good. Let's get into those iTunes reviews.
iTunes
Reviewed. Oh, sweet Jesus. We have a few reviews, actually. It's been a little while since we've done these because we've had really wonky episodes. Reviews, cons, all this other garbage we've been doing lately. The first one up, though, is from the grand country of the United States of America, titled You Inspired Me.
the greatest.
From Happy RB.
Yeah, we do America first here on this show.
Our bows. Yeah, we do. I mean, Jesus, come on. Why not? It's titled You Inspired Me. Okay, well, I'll send another review since the first one didn't show up. I've owed you this review for quite some time. I've been listening to you guys since your days of playing through FF7. That is a long time. I wanted to take advantage of you reading your reviews on the show, so I've held off leaving a review, conspiring to make you guys say some really messed up stuff. Who knows? Maybe Apple took down the last review I left. They probably did, because they pushed the boundaries. Anyway, I cannot say enough great things about you guys and your show. You guys were so awesome. You inspired me to start my own show, Super Fun Game Review Podcast. Go. Please take a listen when you are free. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated.
Super Fun Game Review Podcast. Okay. I always listen to our listeners'
The next part gets kind of weird. He says, I, Joe, or Caleb dedicate the entire podcast, Ultimate Final Fantasy, to Harry because of his dashing good looks and his sexy, sexy voice. If not for this perfection of a man, life in this world would be but a dark and bleak existence. So thank you, Harry, for showing all of us how truly to be the man, the myth, and the legend.
I think you were just supposed to say your name.
I know I am. I'm just trying to make it weird.
Maybe he's using it as like an audio clip.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, you just fucked it up, man.
You know what? Fuck it. You can edit it. This is just should prove your editing skills.
Be like,
cut out the Caleb Joe part.
Caleb.
Yeah.
I nominate.
I want to hear his editing skills.
Dedicate. Yeah.
In place. I want to see how.
I bet I could do it. I bet I could pull that shit.
I bet you could.
Audience doesn't know.
I bet you. Since we've done hundreds and hundreds of hours of podcasting, they can probably pull like half a dictionary's worth of fucking words out of the two of us and just like clip it together.
Well, it turns out we did a study and you both have a 3rd grade vocabulary.
Yeah. What? That'd be devastating.
Or
I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're doing a Shakespeare podcast. It's going to be impossible to listen to, but you asked for it. 3rd grade vocabulary. Suck my balls. All right. You want to read this one?
This, unfortunately, the title of this has been replaced with wingdings on the site that we're reading.
Yeah, it looks like
from Occupied. Rating 5 stars. I should start off by saying that this is the first non-history / science-based podcast I have ever subscribed to, and definitely the first podcast I've taken time to rate and review. Thank you very much, Occupied. He's occupied, man. He or she is occupied.
I'm surprised he's not preoccupied, but I guess he did have time to leave the review.
Before occupation. Preoccupied.
Yeah.
This is simply because, this is a well done, fun, and I dare say educational.
Oh, podcast. Look at that. 4th grade. Fucking vocabulary. Yeah. 4th grade right there. 4. Count it.
Fantastic 4 fantastic grades.
That's right.
I came looking for FF15 feelings, and I found everything else. So much so that I forgot what I was specifically looking for in the first place. I listen while I play FF1. I'm currently working through the chasms at the end of Dawn of Souls version, and I need something to fill the mind-numbing monotony of these god-forsaken floors. Is that monotony?
It is.
Fuck, dude. It's the
educational podcast.
Yeah, I knew it was something was wrong. I was like, monitory. That's a new word for me. Okay, monotony of these godforsaken floors. And I listen while I drive to work in the morning. I even listened to this sexy swinging fanfic and laughed way harder than I probably should have. The love and respect y'all have for the games and the work that goes into the games is evident. In addition, the history of the games and developers is a wonderful addition to round out what would otherwise still be a delightful romp through the world of Final Fantasy. Best part of the podcast is that y'all seem chill and
people I'd actually hang out with and discuss the finer nuances of these games, which I kind of guess you guys do. Y'all just don't get my opinions in return. Keep up the good work, guys. I can't wait for the next episode. Well, guess what, buddy? You don't fucking have to. It's here.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. What is this one from?
This one is actually from the United Kingdom. It's a great podcast, great guys.
Kingdom of United.
5-star review from Elizabeth. I was looking for I was looking for a Final Fantasy podcast to see me through my night shifts at work and decided to take a look at this one. And I am very glad I did. Caleb and Joe are first and foremost hilarious. The opinions on the show on Final Fantasy series are entirely their own, but they still hold respect for those they may not like so much. I am a big fan of both 10-2 and
the Queen.
Final Fantasy VIII. After downloading the episodes that caught my eye initially, I have proceeded to listen to the cast from the start, currently sexually swinging my way through some top-notch fanfiction and VAs courtesy of the guys. Please keep doing what you guys do. From one of your female listeners, Elizabeth, UK. Thank you very much, and I completely understand if this is the last episode you ever listen to. We have one here from Canada. You want to read this one for us, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My Canadian is some other European.
Yeah, the Fargo.
It just turns into Irish.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point.
I can't fucking do it. But podcast for the true fans. 5 stars from Taza 27, eh? I have listened to a few Final Fantasy podcasts in the past, eh? But this one is my absolute favorite, eh?
I guess that's one way to approach the Canadian review.
Right. This is an accurate Canadian
of course,
thing.
yeah.
I've been working on it for years.
Yeah, Bill Mardigan sounds exactly like this.
It is very apparent that the hosts... Oh, man. It is very apparent that the hosts... Is that Bill Mardigan? Are true fans of the series and love discussing everything related to the games, eh? Although I don't like some of the music they play. Heavy metal ones, eh? But it is starting to grow on me, eh? Keep up the good work, eh?
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to review our podcast. It helps us out a ton. A lot of these iTunes and other garbage things that happen, they do rate us, or I guess
they rank us
against the others, and
it has
the reviews.
to do with like downloads and like and reviews. So
yeah, we haven't quite figured out how to completely take advantage of the iTunes algorithm, but I know the reviews help.
No one has. Reviews
totally help, though. They have to, because sometimes we're like, Dook, number 2, and we're coming for you. You know who you are. But it's great. It's awesome to hear you guys' thoughts on our show, and we truly enjoy reading them. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to leave said review.
Oh, man. So, Schweiss, I think that for this week, our question from us to you is obviously to go vote on the Best Picture or the FF Academy Awards. It'll be a sort of a one-time thing for the show unless FF16 comes out within this show time, which I kind of doubt. So now's the time to tell us what your favorite Final Fantasy is, or the community's favorite Final Fantasies, and all these other little nominees. So go do that, guys. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ultimate Final Fantasy. You can also go to facebook.com/Ultimate Final Fantasy and twitch.tv/Ultimate Final Fantasy and see us stream the episodes live there when we do that. You can also tweet me at Joseph DeGolier.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And you can support the show by going to patreon.com/Ultimate Final Fantasy. $1 a month gives you the episodes as soon as we're done mixing them, as well as you do get to see some artwork from our dear friend who keeps sending us artwork, and it's awesome. So thank you for that. By the way, guys, if you have any ideas for jingles or something, you want to send them in, or any artwork or anything, I mean, we are happy to receive them, and we will use them because we always do.
Yeah, it's true.
And that goes for every show on the network that we do. Most importantly, guys, go to ultimafinalfantasy.com. Everything can be found there. You can support the show in other ways there. PayPal.com, or PayPal's button link there. Amazon, click through that. Give us a small kickback when you buy something. Join the forums. Do that shit. It's great.
Yeah.
It
certainly is. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah, other shows. Nude Clan, Godzilla, yada yada.
Yep, super sexy.
That's the yada yada.
Enjoy the grind.
This has been another production of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. The show was produced by Joseph DeGolier and Caleb Schweiss, with music and editing by Joseph DeGolier, parodies and clips from their respective authors, of course. You can get all of our episodes as well as our Let's Plays at ultimafinalfantasy.com. You can also contact us on Twitter at UFF Podcast, as well as our contact page on our website. Be sure to subscribe and review our podcast. Your reviews may get read on the show, and look forward to the next episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast.